Hey everyone, how's it going? I got stuff.
Okay, we are live. Why does it say sample comment? Broadcast has started, so says we got 2 people in here.
There we go.
I'm one of
It
them.
just updated. It just changed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I posted my live, Des, but somehow the date got changed till tomorrow. So I had to go back and redo it. All right. We're live. We got Peaceful Death, Pete Romance King Homestead, Shawnee Gross, Marines and Army Mom, Missouri Outlaw Randy, Devil Dog Keeper, and that's all I see so far.
That's all I see. There's Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry says he called me. Well, Jerry don't understand that sometimes people are a little bit busy, Jerry.
And there's Dale over at 9 Acre Family Farms.
Hoorah, Dale.
And there's Jonesy. You guys should note the date. I'm actually watching the chat.
Jonesy said yes, Radio Jonesy sent me. Well, that's unusual.
Yeah, it is.
Mushroom Mark, welcome in. There's Mark, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt.
We're a bit disorganized here this evening, so bear with us.
There's Arlene.
Hey, Arlene.
No. Okay, Jerry. Hey, Paul Goes Outdoors. Thank you for coming in. Okay, see, here's the thing, Jerry. Yesterday, me and Jamie was fighting rain all freaking day trying to get her grow out pen done, and we didn't get it done yesterday. So today I was outside finishing up the grow out pen, and I had just got in time long enough to set up the live, and for some reason my live got scheduled for tomorrow instead of today. Ralph's was right. Mine was tomorrow though, and I didn't know that. And I went and jumped in the shower. I just got out the shower, got dressed, ran in here, grabbed me some Mountain Dew, a Atkins bar, and a banana. You can ask Ralph. I come on like right before time. Like,
yeah,
maybe right at time.
I actually had the phone in my hand. I was getting ready to text you. Kind of like, hey, you coming in or what? What are we doing here? And then you popped in.
I seen I missed a call from Jerry, but I didn't have time to call back. And all his call, I listened to his voicemail or whatever, all it said was, are you going live or you ain't got your live set up or something like that? I don't know.
They would like to keep y'all in suspense, you know?
That's right. We don't even have the intro and outro set up here or nothing.
Yep, we haven't really set this thing up like it really needs to be set up yet, but we'll get to it.
I have a question.
What's that?
If I did something in DaVinci, like I created the intro, I think, and how do I search? How do I find that?
What do you mean?
Like it's saved somewhere because I worked on it and stuff.
Well, you said just go back. Did you export it? Did you render it?
Yeah, I rendered it.
Where did you tell it to render it to?
Have no clue.
Well, bring the project back up and go look on the.
How do I? Okay, hold on a minute.
I didn't think we were doing DaVinci tonight.
Well, we're not, but I was gonna. Okay, DaVinci. Well, because I got our intro saved somewhere, I think. But I can't find it.
You should. It's like you should have because I did the outro, so you should have the outro somewhere too. I have the outro somewhere. I could probably find it.
Okay. Project libraries, search, local
You don't have to
database.
search. You should just, what did you name it? You should have
I
called
don't
it like,
remember. Intro, something,
well,
Tech Talk intro, maybe?
I have no idea. That's on
Mm,
you. You got to remember what you call things.
Okay, let me see. Tech Talk intro, right there. Let's see if that's the one. Upgrade project version.
No, just go ahead. No, that's just because you haven't opened, you created it in an older version of DaVinci.
Okay, but I don't. So just open it.
Yeah.
It can only be opened using DaVinci Resolve 20 or newer versions. Upgrade. Whatever.
Oh, oh, you haven't upgraded DaVinci yet, have you?
Oh, okay, maybe not. Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't do that
Media
now.
offline. None of the media there.
It just means you may have moved it. We'll work on it later. You know where it is.
Well.
You uploaded it to Talk Studio, so it's there too.
Yeah, but can I download it from Talk Studio?
I think you can.
Okay.
Should be able to. Anyway. Yeah, we'll probably do some DaVinci stuff next time. There's a couple things that just not new things, just how to do some things that
I think I got an echo, maybe.
I don't hear an echo.
Maybe it's because, did you share audio when you're sharing your screen?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But I'll stop it and start it again just to make sure.
Simon says that sounds like like an Eddie problem. Do I have an echo now? It's a slight echo, not bad, is what they're saying.
Yeah, and I'm not hearing it, but of course I don't have YouTube up either, so.
Let's see.
Jamie says it's only you.
I don't know why. I hate audio.
Yeah, I don't know where you're getting it back in, getting the loop back in from. We were having this problem the other day too, though.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So what we're going to talk about tonight is some stuff about. What? You still getting it?
No, I'm not getting an echo. But they're saying I got an echo. I'm not even hearing myself echo.
I'm not hearing you echo either, but again, I'm not listening to you on YouTube. I'm listening to you on EvMux. Okay, Jamie says she doesn't hear it now.
They didn't do nothing. I don't get
it. Jerry says it's in your head. Anyway. Like I was saying, we're going to talk about CapCut a little bit. We're going to talk about the @ signs in the chat from YouTube a little bit. And then we're going to talk about EvMux. And then whatever after that. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Hope everybody had a really nice 4th of July yesterday and finished the weekend off having a good time safely. I live just south of a huge lake, Lake Lanier, and they had a boat explode on the lake yesterday. Nobody got killed, but 5 people got hurt. It's crazy. It was all over the news this morning. It was nuts. So Eddie, if you were talking, I couldn't hear you at all just then.
That's because I muted my mic so nobody would complain about echo.
Okay, I just saw your mouth moving and nothing. I couldn't hear anything, and I didn't know if you were just messing around or what.
No, I said, what kind of boat was it? But you didn't hear it because I muted my mic so nobody would complain about the echo.
It was a small boat. It was, it was just like a probably 18, 20 footer, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, it was nuts. And then of course in Atlanta on the 4th of July, we have the Peachtree Road Race, which is one of the largest 10Ks I think in the world, actually. They closed down downtown, and it's a huge event, has been for years and years and years. It's always really busy around here.
Oh, Rob Boo, nice to see you, buddy.
So anyway, should we get going here or what?
Yeah, sure. One more thing.
Go ahead.
Everybody go over to Ralph's channel. Give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, we are co-streaming. You can watch it here. You can watch it on my channel. Either way.
I got it on your channel. I got it on both channels, actually.
I don't even have it up. I got enough stuff open as it is.
So do I.
Anyway. Okay, the first thing and probably the most important thing is this deal with CapCut. CapCut has, and it's a shame because it's actually a decent piece of software. CapCut has changed their terms of service so that anything that you create pretty much using their software, they have a legal right to use it in any way they want. They don't have to pay you for it. You can't sue them for it. It just, anything that you create using CapCut, basically they have a right to use your voice, your image, anything that you do. I think it's mainly tied to most of the AI stuff, but if you're doing shorts on CapCut and using their AI tool to create your subtitles, then
Is that better,
Shawnee, it's not just that. They have a legal right to let third parties use it too. So anything that you create with them, they can do whatever they want, and you don't get compensated one bit. And it's terrible. I mean, let's say, us YouTubers, what we're creating is not that important, but there's people that use this stuff for businesses. They're creating content for their clients. Okay. So now their clients, whatever they're creating for their clients now belongs to CapCut, and they can do whatever they want with it. So there's a lot of legalities behind this, and you are just literally creating stuff for them to use for free. If you're okay with that, fine. I'm not so much okay with that. It's just not good. It's not a good thing at all. So they can that is on all versions. So like I said, it's pretty much tied to the AI features. But like I said, that's what a lot of people use it for. And also you got to remember that CapCut is owned by ByteDance, the same company that owns TikTok, the same Chinese company that owns both of those. And it's a shame because I used to really like CapCut. I thought it was a really good program. But then they started playing around with adding new features for a little while, and then all of a sudden they go behind the paywall. So it's that old routine of oh, let's tease the customer with this feature and then put it behind the paywall so they want to pay for it. So they started doing that. And now they've come out with this. You can look on YouTube. There's tons and tons and tons of videos about this. And all of these are from very reputable people. Daniel Patel just put out a post today about this. There's just, I mean, there's a big uproar about it right now because you are literally giving them rights to use any content you create on their platform. So, warning, if you're using CapCut, I would get rid of it. You know, if they're willing to do that, and if please go look at some of the videos because some of them are by actual lawyers, some of them are by actual copyright lawyers, and they actually bring it up and show you what's in there. I wouldn't even attempt to do it because I wouldn't. They explain it much better than I could. Take the time and do some research, but check it out because it's just what they're doing is really not good for creators at all. Like I said, people like us that are just throwing out YouTube videos, you know, no big deal. But if there was something that they wanted to use from one of your videos, you know, if you were showing somebody how to do something or one and they wanted to take your voice or your image and use it, you can't do anything about it. You're not going to get paid for it. So anyway, that's my warning about CapCut. Please research it. It's not really something you want to be involved with. So I'll just leave it with that. It's a shame because they've ruined a really decent piece of software. As far as that's my opinion. Okay, but please do some research. Do some research on YouTube. Like I said, there's tons of videos out there about it right now, from both creators and from lawyers. So it's a big hubbub about it. But just be warned. Okay, so put that one to bed, and we'll go on to the @ signs in YouTube chat. Probably think most of you know about this by now, but YouTube is changing from using your channel name to your handle. And the handle is your @ sign. Eddie, can you pull up your YouTube studio?
Yes, sir.
And then just go to like customize and then share that screen.
Paul wants to know what's another good editing software that's as easy to use as that.
Any of the really simple ones. I saw somebody mentioned InShot. I know a lot of you guys edit on your phone. You kind of have to look around to find them. I use DaVinci, but I'm on my PC. I don't edit on my phone at all. I'm very PC based. I'm not phone based at all. I'm always going to say use DaVinci if you're on a PC. But again, any of the ones that out there that work for you, it's really hard to say use this one over that one because it's all personal preference on how the interfaces work and everything. Let me hang on a second. Let me see if I still have that list over here. Okay, here's some. I had this. Stop. Okay, here's a list of some video editors. Okay. So you got DaVinci, CapCut, Takeoff. Absolutely. Obviously, I made this list a while ago. Cyberlink Power Director is there. Not one of my favorite. Filmora, Online. Again, not one of my favorite, but it's there. Clipchamp, which comes pretty much with Windows. You have Adobe if you want to pay a lot of money. And you have Shotcut, you have OpenShot, and then there is also, I think, like I said, I think iShot is another one. And then you have for Apple, you have iMovie, which I think comes comes on your Apple phone or your Apple device. And then you have Apple Final Cut Pro, which I believe is a paid. It's like DaVinci and Adobe. I'm very much not not a fan of Adobe products. They work well. They work most of the time, but they're very expensive. But you know, all their stuff is subscription based, and it can end up costing you a lot of money. So back to the @signs. So there's a couple reasons they're doing this. Mainly, the main reason is to make it when you're in a chat and somebody sees your, you know, what comes across in the chat as your channel name or what now is your handle. Wrong one.
Oh.
You know, we're fighting each other.
Go ahead.
Scroll down just a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay, so Eddie's in his studio and he's on this customization page. This is your name. This is your channel name. This is your channel handle. Okay. Both he and I just happen to have ours set to be the same. So the name can be duplicated. I can have a channel. I could start a channel and I could have its name as Devil Dog. So the names are not unique. The handles are. So that means if I'm in chat and they're showing the handle and I've spoofed somebody's channel, which is very simple because of this, then if I go search for it, I'm going to search for their channel name, which is Devil Dog, and I may get 2 or 3 different channels that have that as their name. So I'm really not being pointed to who I want to actually go see. Since the handle is unique, if they're putting that in the chat, when I copy that and go search for it or click on it to go to it, that is unique. That is going to take me to that particular channel and nobody else because it's unique. So that's why they're switching it. It's helping them. It's helping the user get pointed to the channel that they want to interact with and not all these people that just happen to have the same name. I mentioned channel spoofing. It's with them using the name instead of the handle, it is so easy to spoof a channel because it's very easy to get the avatar. I mean, if you right click on it, you can save it. You can save the address link to it. So it's very easy to spoof somebody's channel. Very, very, very easy. It takes maybe 2 minutes, if that long. So that's why they're switching. So if you want to try to have them be the same, you can try to make these match. Like I said, the @ sign is going to be unique. So if you happen to have something that you're trying to use that a lot of people might use, you might have trouble. Okay. But that's why they're doing it. It's kind of a double-edged sword. They're not really talking about the channel spoofing thing very much, but it's really to help you get pointed to the channel you're actually trying to interact with. But you can come in here and change these. You can change them, you know, whatever you want. On the @ sign, if you try to change it and that particular one is taken, like if I tried to go in and create a channel with a handle of @DevilDog, it would not let me. If you find one that you can use, you'll get a little green arrow out at the edge of that block. So that's how it works. That's what the @ signs are all about. They're rolling it out. I don't know what they're using for their criteria to roll it out to channels and stuff. I've seen it on some people's. I've not seen it on others people's. So I don't know what they're triggering to send it out. So
Oh my gosh.
But that's what that is all about. It's actually a good thing. So
When did they add that, Ralph?
what?
Pronouns.
Oh, I don't know.
Optionally, add your pronoun. Let others
Hey.
know how to refer to you. You can edit or remove them anytime. You can choose who can view your pronouns. Your pronouns will appear on your channel page. I never even seen that before.
Hey, I don't know. Let's not get into that discussion. Anyway. So that's what the @ signs are all about. So why was kind of a pain in the neck. It, it's not, I know I heard a couple people say, well, it's got, just a bunch of gobbledygook numbers and stuff. What that is you've never gone in and set your handle. So it's just using your actual channel URL, which, Eddie, I think if you scroll down, I think that's on here too. I think that's on this page too.
What is it?
Yeah, your channel, stop right there. That's good. Right in the middle, channel URL. It's like if you have not set your handle, when you go to your channel on YouTube, that channel URL right there in the middle of the page is what you'll see up in the address bar on your browser. So that is actually the web address, the URL of your YouTube channel, all those crazy numbers out at the end of it. Did somebody ask a question? I'm not watching chat right now, so.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay. But anyway, that's what the @ signs are all about. So if you don't like what you have, or you're, like I said, you have that crazy gobbledygook of numbers and letters and stuff on there, go in and set your handle. And you do not have to set your channel name to be the same as your handle. In fact, I've seen a couple of videos that say, you can be a little more descriptive in your name than your handle. And that's true. But again, you may want it to be the same. That's kind of up to you and how it affects the visibility of your channel. But I thought it was kind of silly at first until I figured out exactly what they were doing. So it makes a whole lot of sense of when you're in a chat, when you click on somebody's name or you copy it and look for it, you're actually going to who you want and not somebody who just happens to have the same name as what you have or what you're looking for, or somebody who has spoofed the channel.
Yeah. The thing is like Butler Family Farm, Jerry, theirs was already taken, Butler Family Farm, so they couldn't make their channel name that. That's why they had to add 2005.
Right. But now if somebody else had that same name, Butler Family Farm, which, I mean, that could be a relatively common name, actually. But now if you're in chat, and you see his handle that has the 2005 on the end of it, when you click on that, you're going to go to his channel and maybe not somebody else's. Again, Butler is a relatively common name. Family Farm is a relatively common term. So you could have you could have two channels with that name with, no bad intent on either side. So
Jonesy said my pronoun is Mr. Big, just saying.
So anyway, that's what the @ signs are all about. It'll just take some adjustment. And like I said, if you haven't set a handle, go in there and see if you can get something at least close to what you want. Because you don't want that actual channel URL coming out during your chat. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just. So that's what that was all about. So we'll take a few seconds here and get caught up with chat and questions if we have any.
Kyle said, Ruff, you do a great job of explaining things. Hoorah,
Thank you.
hoorah, Judy May.
I try to make things understandable without getting too crazy deep into stuff. Sometimes I lapse and go off the deep end.
Marines and Army Mom said basically it's to protect your channel.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, there's more than one facet to it. There's the spoofing part of it. There's pushing you to the channel you want to see. It's protecting your channel. Yeah. It's while it freaked everybody out, it probably still is up to a point. When you understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, it's a good thing. Again, it's just going to take everybody a little while to go check their handles and hopefully be able to get something close to what they want for their name. And I think you can change it every 14 days or something like that. But like I said, on the handle, it will let you know if what you're trying to use is already taken. It won't let you pick something that's already taken. So.
Kyle says, I'm glad YouTube finally did it. I wonder if there are backstories of why they did it now.
Oh, I'm sure they've been getting complaints of channel spoofing for a long time. And you have to understand when they put changes in, it affects so much stuff, and it takes, I mean, it can take months of testing and everything else to put these changes in on the scale that they're putting them in on. Something I do know a little bit about. So it's not just, oh, I'm going to go change 2 lines of code and we're all going to be good. We're just going to change, say, from name to handle. No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I'm sure they wish it was that simple. But no, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I can guarantee you, just from my experience of working in a data center, that they've got a whole bunch of good stories to tell about all kinds of crazy stuff. I know I do. Can't really talk about some of them, but yeah, when you work in a large data center, you see the different side of what goes on all behind all this stuff. So.
No, I gave it to my dog, Boo. Okay.
Judy May's got a question there.
Okay, you upload the video, Judy, and then whenever you go to publish it, there's a little drop-down box where you can put it public or private or unlisted or members only. And then if you click on members only, it will ask you what level of membership. It'll say so-and-so and above or whatever, but what level of membership you want it to be available to what members of your channel. So instead of clicking public, you click on members. I'll show you real quick here. Let me bring something up real quick.
Excuse me.
Okay, right here, Judy. Say you want to upload a video, and let me find just a short video to throw in there. These are probably going to be pretty long. Where's a short video? Dadgummit. Oh, let's go to a download. Okay, let's go to this. Oh, drag and drop. Duh. Okay. All right. See, I'm just throwing a short video in there. Okay, now when I go through all this, thumbnail, I don't need a thumbnail. Okay, next. Okay, and then monetization, let's go no, off, done, next. Okay, right here, it's gonna be under visibility, Judy. Okay, right here. You see right here, you'll click on private, unlisted, members only. So you would click on the members only, and then all channel members, or you hit the drop down box and whichever level of channel members are above. You do everything else just the same. It's just under visibility right there. You would click on the members only tab, and then whichever level of membership, and all channel members publish, and you can schedule it or go ahead and publish it. So that's how you do it.
Yep, that's it.
Welcome in, Marianne. Hey, join glass, roll tide. Wait, what is it? Drag and drop. Yeah, Tim.
That's different from drop and give me 50. Anyway. Okay, so let's talk about EvMux. And that's how it's pronounced, EvMux. It actually stands for Event Multiplexer is what it stands for, actually.
EvMux?
Mux, Mux, as in multiplexer. Mux. That's...
Hey, Ralph.
What?
That was on my stream deck. Just to let you know, I'm playing with it.
You and your toys. Anyway.
Jerry said, yes, let's. I love it.
So EvMux is just another online piece of software like StreamYard, Talk Studio, Restream, Riverside, all those others that are out there. And again, it's got some things that are nice. It's got some things that could be improved, just like they all do. So that's why I'm always saying you kind of have to try them all out and go with the one you like. This one is a little different in it's almost a cross between, I will use StreamYard as an example because most of the people on here are used to StreamYard and what it does and what it looks like and stuff. So it's almost a cross or a combination of StreamYard and OBS. So you have all of the functionality that you would have in StreamYard as far as, you know, adding people to a scene or adding people to a panel and doing all that stuff. But you also have the ability to create your own scenes. They call them studios and scenes. I'll show you all this in a minute. That you can customize completely. Another thing that you can do with these customizable scenes, they call them pro scenes, is you can actually bring the panel, I'll call it the panel, they call it a dynamic scene. So that's like your StreamYard scene where when somebody joins, they pop up and you can rearrange everybody. You can actually bring that panel, just the panel. So if you're like Eddie's and my screen, our two windows would be just the windows. It would be completely blank. It would be completely transparent behind it. That allows you to build a scene with whatever you want as far as your backgrounds and anything else in it, and still have the ability to rearrange people in the scene and stuff. Getting kind of ahead of the things, but anyway. So if you go, it is back out here on the page. Pull this up like this. So it's just EvMux, EvMux.com. This is their webpage. You just come here, you can scroll down through here and do all that good stuff and read about them and stuff. We'll just go right to the heart of the matter here. Let's look at pricing. So you have your same old stuff. You have your annual and you have your monthly. So if you're due monthly, you have the free plan. It's $25 a month, $49 for the pro. Okay, if you pay annually, it ends up being $19 a month, which is $228, and you're going to get billed one time for $228, which is a savings of $72. If you pay $25 a month, it's $300. The pro plan, if you do annually, is $39. That comes out to $468 for the year, which is $120 savings over the monthly rate. So that's what it cost. Okay, the free plan, when you're on this page, I know these are kind of really hard to see probably on here because they're so small. But if you roll your mouse over these little question marks, it tells you what each one of these things do. So streaming limits, I know that's a big question people have. You can do 30 hours a month, but 2 hours at a time. Okay, so you can't go over 2 hours. There are watermarks. Anything that you add, any videos or anything that you add are going to have a lot of watermarks on them. But if you just want to use the dynamic scene and some of the basic stuff in the pro scenes, it's fine. You know, the free version of just about everybody has a watermark on it. When you go up to the first level of play, oh, and also you can get 12 people on screen. So you got apps and widgets, excuse me, and all kinds of other stuff. So when you go up to the paid version, you get everything in the free. You get rid of the watermarks. Still have 12 people. When they talk about the full pro scene builder, that just get rid of all the watermarks you put on there. Gives you all this other stuff. Unlimited stream, so no monthly limit, but you are limited to 6 hours at a time. And then just some other stuff. Collaborators, people see this and they freak out a little bit. Oh, I can only have 2, but it's 2, I'll say per live, okay, or 2 per studio is what it is. So you can create multiple studios or projects and have different collaborators for the different projects. So you can only have 2, you and one other person per project, but you can have multiple projects with different collaborators on each one. I hope that made sense. And then you just get some more stuff when you go up to the pro version. So if you want to sign up, all you do is come up here. I can't hit sign up because I've already signed up and it's just going to take me to this other screen I have up right now. But your sign up is basically the same as everybody else. You give them your email, create a password. It does ask for a company name on there, but you can leave that blank. You'll hit register. It will send an email to the email that you sign up with. You go into your email, verify it, and then it lets you into the program, basically. When it first comes up, it's going to ask you for a project name. And you can just give it anything you want. You can change this later, get rid of it, start another one, doesn't matter. It just needs a starting point, so you have to give it a name. After you do that, you're going to come into this screen right here. This is the main screen for EvMux. first thing you're going to want to do is come over to your destinations and add your channel. So I've already added my channel. This account right here is a free account. I had to create another account just so that I'd be able to do this without getting that infinity.
Do that.
So that I didn't get so that you guys didn't have to look at the infinity screen, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So, so some of this stuff is not going to work exactly like it does in what Eddie and I have in the paid version. But anyway, you want to go in here and you just want to add your destination, click on that, YouTube, same old thing that you're used to in StreamYard, Restream, and all these other things. You know, each one's a little bit different in their sign up and how you add these, but it's basically the same thing of going in and adding your channel, you know, multiple channels. Like and to code stream on this, it's not like StreamYard where you actually just say, here, I'm going to code stream. I had to give Eddie my YouTube stuff and he just added my YouTube channel in here, and then we just streamed to both of them. I wouldn't think you would be streaming with somebody you don't trust. So anyway, you just go in there and set your destinations up. And then there's some other junks in here.
Ralph, on this one, though, I don't think on this one, on the Talk Studio, we had to do that. On this one, I think I just had to send you an email.
What, for collaborators?
Yeah. I think so.
Well, I'm not talking about collaborators now. I'm just talking about destinations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the collaborators, yeah, you just to do it.
Are you sure on destinations too?
No, you don't get an email for destinations.
Oh, okay.
No, I had to give you my credentials to my YouTube channel so you could add me as a destination on your studio.
Yeah, I think it was already done though from Talk Studio.
Yeah, probably. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you got to trust the people that you're working with, which I hope you would anyway. So to add a collaborator, you can do this here. You can do this in a couple different places. So to add a collaborator, if I was going to add somebody, I would just invite them. And it's got to be somebody that has an EvMux account, of course. It can't just be anybody. So when you do that, I'm not going to do this right now, but you just put their email in there, and if it found it, it would do it. It sends them an email, and you just reply to the email, and you're all set up. It's real simple.
Now here's the thing: what Ralph's not saying. This is a studio. This is one studio, so he can have, say, him and me as a collaborator for this studio. He can create another studio and have him and
wait, back up a second. Back up.
Okay.
Not studio, project.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so you see up here where it says project. Oops, wrong tree. So this is you add the collaborator to the project. So right now, Eddie has 2 projects. He has this one for Tech Talk, and he has another project for his regular live on Fridays. So I'm a collaborator on this one, and I believe Gary's a collaborator on the other one.
Yep.
So the collaborator goes to the project, not the studio.
Yep. Sorry.
Good. No, that's fine. I know this is a little different, but once you get used to using it, it makes a whole lot more sense, actually.
Hey, Rich Cat Ranch is here. It looks like DJ's here.
Well, welcome in, everybody. So what you do is, now this, I just named this My Test. When it first came up and said, give me the studio name, project name, I said My Test, and it automatically created this My Test studio. So to actually get in the studio where, like, what you're used to seeing, you click on the studio, and you end up with this.
Hey, Ralph.
Just like always. Yeah, this is going to be weird. I'm going to be in like 2 places at the same time. So again, this is just like StreamYard and everybody else. You have some settings in here. You pick your camera, pick your audio. Also, this is full 1080, even in the free version. Your audio, I mean, this is all relatively standard stuff. Gives you a list of hotkeys. Can do virtual backgrounds. This is just a warning right here telling you that a virtual background requires a little bit of your system resources. You can tell it how you want it to handle your chat. You know, when you click on to highlight a chat and stuff, you can have it automatically hide them or not. Just go through these standard stuff, advanced settings, just your standard, all just
Okay,
your normal stuff. What? Go ahead.
One thing about these settings right here is when somebody's in the basement, if they come in, there is a listen off stage feeds. So somebody can come in and talk. If you don't see them come in, there is a little bell notification you can click on right there. But there's also one to where if they talk, you can hear them. So you may not have heard them come in, but if they're talking, you can look in the basement and see them. They can say, I'm in the basement, and you can bring them up.
Yep.
Also, that mute all participant and feeds.
Whoops. Sorry.
That mute all participant and feeds in the dynamic scene when playing a video clip. If you don't have that checked, you can be playing a video clip and people can be talking over the video. If
Right.
you do have it checked, then the video will be playing and they can talk or whatever, but you know, the audience won't be able to hear them. I do believe the people on stage may be able to hear them, but not the YouTube.
Right. I think the people in the basement can hear each other.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that. So then I'm just going to enter studio. And there I am, studio. So this is what the studio looks like. Kind of like normal stuff. So over here we have what is called the dynamic scene. Okay, this is basically what you're used to seeing in StreamYard and everything else. Eddie, can you knock that chat down so we can see the full thing?
Yeah, the answer to your question, Shawnee, is yes,
Yes.
but he'll show you that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is your studio. This is where you build everything. This is the dynamic scene. This is like StreamYard, everybody else. Everybody's used to seeing these controls down here. It does have a dark mode. It works if you click on the right screen. I'm going to leave this on light for the moment because if I don't leave this on light, then I've got a dark EvMux screen inside of another dark EvMux screen, and it's hard for me to tell where I am. So anyway, I'll leave it on here for the moment. Before you start streaming, if you want to go in vertical mode, you can just come down here, click there, and you go into vertical mode. So here we have all of there's our banner and stuff. Down here in brand, okay, this is same old stuff. You can pick what style of banner you want it to look like. Now, this is one thing that's different on this than on StreamYard and Restream and some of the others is on the banner on this, it comes up like when you highlight a chat, it shows it in that format. It doesn't put it just across the bottom. If you change the banner to, and I'll show you this, I'll get right to this in just a second. If you change it to a ticker, then it is a ticker across the bottom. But a banner is not going to show just as like a strip of color across the bottom with text inside of it. It's going to put it up there like a highlighted chat. But here's where you can go in and kind of set your brand, like where we have the names, you can change how they look. Just by here, you can set custom ones. Again, this is all just kind of go in and play around stuff. You can put frames around the video and stuff like this. Just like that one is what we have around. That's what we're using right there. So stuff like that. So you can do that kind of stuff in the brand down here. So I'll go back to my layers. Gosh, can't get off of that screen. So they build the stuff up by layers. Now, again, in the free version, you can't really add anything to this scene here, because if I try to add something, it's going to say you need the free version or you need the paid version. But with the paid version, I can come in here and add different backgrounds and stuff on here. So if I scroll down, I can add a background here. I can add an overlay. So again, just kind of basic stuff. It does have music, and I'm not sure if you're going to hear this or not, but there is an air horn and stuff in here.
Yep, we hear it. Well, I hear it. Yeah, we hear it then.
Okay. That was kind of loud for me, so I don't know if that blew you guys out or not. There's also music in here, and again, with the paid version, you can add stuff in here.
Control the volume.
Yeah, I know. So you have all that stuff in here. You can change these. So comments, this is just a fake comment that they have built in here so that you can mess with it. So you click on it, shows it just like that. In the dynamic scene, when you're in this dynamic scene, when you click on a chat to highlight it, it will move the screen up. In the pro scenes, it does not.
It'll go over somebody's face or whatever.
Right.
Hey, Ralph.
Yes.
M says EvMux is not Apple friendly. Is it?
I do not know. I do not know because that would have to be, what's the browser on an Apple? Safari?
Safari, I think, but I'm not sure. Joanne said, good grief, as if I wasn't confused enough. It's easy, Joanne, once you get used to it.
Yeah, it's
everything has a learning curve.
Yeah, everything you do, and I know it's hard when you get used to using a piece of software. It's hard to change because you get used to it and you're comfortable with it. But sometimes it's worth the effort to at least explore some of this different software, because you never know what you may pop up with and say, oh, I really like that, or oh, that does what I've always wanted to be able to do. So I know it's difficult, and it's sometimes not easy.
M said someone else said it, and I went into the App Store, and it did not come up in the App Store. It's not an app, is it?
No, it's browser based.
It's browser based, M. It's not going to be in the App Store. You go to
no,
EvMux.com or whatever.
Yeah, this is web based. This is not an application. It's, while I said it was kind of like OBS in a way, it is not a program that you download like OBS. It's like StreamYard and Restream. It is web based. Okay, so let's look at banners. So they have a couple just built in here. So we'll just show that one. So that's what I was saying. A banner will come up looking like a highlighted chat. A little different. That's fine. There's no problem with that. So this is a ticker they have, and it's just your regular ticker. And then to create one, you just click on this create banner here. You can have 2 lines of text, or if it's a ticker, the primary text will be what is the highlighted part in front of it.
So and you see the primary has 54 characters, secondary has 200 characters.
Right, except when I turn this into a ticker, you'll see that just changed to 1,000.
Yep. Gotcha.
So line 2, create, show. So that's how easy it is to create a ticker. And if I wanted it to, whoops, what did I do? Oh, let's create a new one. Wrong button.
It's easy, Joanne.
So yeah, it's not that much different than any of the other pieces of software. So that's how you do banners and stuff. So back over here.
And Son, welcome in.
I lost my chat there. So that's basically how you work with this dynamic scene. Create your brand, do your banners, jump over, play a sound effect when something happens, whatever. Just like ta-da. just like all the others, you know. And
Well,
I
you
know I
said
keep
sound
saying that.
You said sound effects, so I had to hit my button.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same stuff. Now, we also have widgets, apps and widgets, which you
Oh,
add
those
from
are
the
cool.
Yep. You add from the marketplace. Marketplace is free. I don't know why they call it a marketplace. So these are just things that you can add. The thing is, you cannot add these widgets to the dynamic scene. They don't work in the dynamic scene. They only work in the pro scenes. So, I mean,
I
you
don't
can
even
add
know
you.
if. I'm
What?
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to.
Demoo said do sad trombone for Simon. I don't even know if Simon's still here.
Yeah, I don't even know either. So if you're in the dynamic scene and you go to try to add one of these, it's going to say, got to put that in a pro scene. And then you could just create one here if you wanted to. I don't want to do it that way. So I'm going to go create a scene so that we can add a couple widgets. They have some really nice widgets. Two of the ones that everybody really likes are two contests. One's a wheel, one watches chat. So all I did was click on this add scene. It's got some pre-built ones. You've seen both Jerry and Eddie use this one right here. So I'm just going to create an empty scene. Create. Okay. Right now, since I'm on the paid version, can't get rid of this. But if I was on a paid
You mean
or
the
a
free
paid
version?
free version, yeah, can't get rid of that. There's a couple different ways to add yourself to this scene. You notice down here, this is the basement. Again, it's down here instead of being over here. Again, all software is a little different. I can just add myself if I want to, add to scene. Boom, there I am. There's all my controls.
Shawnee wants to do widgets. She said, yes, let's do widgets.
We're getting there. What's the saying? Patience is a virtue. So anyway, I can add myself that way. That is just me. Okay. That if somebody comes in, like if I invite a guest and they come in, they're not going to pop up in this panel. Okay. They will pop up down here in the basement, and then I can add them, and then I would have to go resize them and all that stuff, which is no big deal. It's easy. But instead of adding myself this way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer, and I'm going to do this dynamic grid. Bring in. Now that brought me in too. But what this is, what this dynamic grid is, if I come back up here to the dynamic scene, this is basically this. You can't change. If you add the dynamic grid into a pro scene, you can't use these. But it is this particular scene right here is the one that it's bringing in. I hope that makes sense.
Here's the thing too. If he has 5 people up on panel and he adds a dynamic grid, it's going to add all them people to the pro scene. Right.
It's just, yes, it's just like, this is what I was talking about before, about just bringing in the panel to the pro scene. So you notice if I'm in my pro scene, I have this background turned on here. Okay. But if I go to my pro scene where I've added the dynamic grid, there's no background here at all because I haven't added anything to be a background. So even though this is the panel, I'm the only one on it right now because I'm not sharing a screen or doing anything like that. But if I was to invite a guest, come down here, invite a guest, send them the link, again, just like StreamYard, Restream, and everybody else, they come log in, they come down here, I add them, that they're just going to pop up here just like in the dynamic scene on here, just like in StreamYard, just like in Restream. So this is that interactive screen of people popping in, people popping out. I can make them big, I can make them small, I can rearrange them. You can do all that kind of basic stuff that you do with that.
But
Go ahead,
here's the thing too. If you don't add the dynamic grid and you want to add multiple people, you can add them from the basement just by adding them, and then you can resize them and put them
Yep.
different places on the screen and stuff like that. It's not a predefined, what's it called, layout or whatever.
Right.
You can make your own,
Exactly.
create your own layout.
Right. So like back in the dynamic scene, you have these are pre-made layouts. Okay. So in the pro scene on the pro scene, in the dynamic scene, it's using that very first layout. So when anybody, like if I share a screen over here, this should be interesting. Yeah, we'll just do that. So see how it did that automatically, just like everybody's used to. And I can still move them around just like always. I can make them big, make them small. You're saying
Also,
stuff.
if you click on one of those windows, you look up top, that thing that pops up, you can center it and do different things with that too.
Yeah, these are your controls. Now, the one thing that's kind of odd with this is when you're working over here, if you have something over here highlighted, it's going to bring it to the forefront, whether that's actually where it is or not in the layers. Okay, so now I've got myself, and I'll get rid of this. Whoever else might be up with me. Now I'm going to come in here. Now there's all kinds of stuff you can bring in here. There's text, just like text. There's animated, what they call animated captions. These are like lower thirds. They can pop in and pop out. You can have them come in every 5 minutes, every 10 seconds, stay for 5 seconds, and then go off the screen. Design your own.
Like PayPal me. Or
Well, that's exactly what a lot of people will use them for, like the subscribe button. Like you see people on their videos, they have subscribe buttons that slide in and slide out on their videos. Well, you can do the same thing here with these animated captions. So that's a full size one, but and you can just go in here and settings are over here. So you can change all the settings. So hide after it's on for long, repeat every 7 seconds, or whatever you want to set it to. You can change the backgrounds on them and stuff. So you can do whatever you want with those. They do have AI generated. I haven't really looked at this very much. When you go to it, I have 10 credits. I don't know what they charge for credits, but you can do AI generated stuff. Media files where you would add pictures, videos, blah, 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 whatever you use. Slideshows, same old thing. Web sources, you can only do web sources in the highest tier. It's there. Again, if you click on it, it's going to tell you to do the next tier up. And now the big one that everybody wants to play with, apps and widgets. Okay, this is their list of apps and widgets right now. Okay, decent amount of stuff. So you can add a chat box, so it'll put your chat on screen. You got RTMP, you got movie credit type things like Star Wars type credits. Got these stickers, viewer counts. This is one that people like. This is going to show 0 right now because I'm not on yours. So you can see, I can tell which ones, since we would just have YouTube up here. So it'll show you how many people are, watching the video and stuff. Nice and small. So that's how that thing works. Oh, I didn't delete it. So anyway, it's still there. Okay, so let's look at a couple of the others. Okay, you can do scrolling text. So this is a little bit more involved than just your scrolling ticker at the bottom, but it's basically scrolling text. This is the giveaway tool that watches chat. This is the biggie right here. It's the one that everybody likes. So this is what it looks like. And you can resize it, put it anywhere you want, change all the colors and everything in it, do all that nice, happy stuff. Look on that. So you've heard Eddie now talk about you have to change the word in 2 places. One is there, one is there. Also, when you first bring it in, you can either have it do all comments, or you can have it filtered. It's going to pick up that sample comment because it's in the chat box. But that's what it looks like. It will scroll. Like if there was 15 people in this, it would be scrolling the 15 people. Okay. If you have this on all commenters, nobody has to do anything. If they're in the chat, it's gonna pick them up. This is where you change it to be filtered by hashtag. This is your hashtag text. So right now it's prize, and I can change the color of it if I want to be whatever I want. Type whatever I want in here. This has to match. This has to have the hashtag in it. You can't do this without the hashtag. You can change the text of who, what it says when somebody wins. You can change title size, fonts, size, colors, all that kind of stuff. So that's how that works. And if I want to start it, I have to go back up here. I can just come up here and click on this, or I can come down here and click on this. Normally, you're going to have your chat up here. So I'll come over here and start it. I think we know who's going to win this one, but that's how it works. And again,
Jerry
you can change
typed
where
prize
it is.
over in
Do what?
Jerry typed hashtag prize over in the thing.
That's okay. I might
He
tell.
said,
I
okay,
might tell. I
about-
might tell a funny on Jerry here in just a few minutes.
He said, "Okay, talk about the start button."
I did. Okay, so that's how that one works. There's also a wheel. Where am I? Which is right here. Add that. So this is just your basic wheel of luck where you can go in and change all this. There is not a shuffle button on here, unfortunately. But again, you would just go in and type all your stuff in, blah, 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 puts them all in there. How long the spin is. It's got a couple different styles. Again,
Peter said, "Congratulations, sample comment."
Yep. He wins a lot. He really does. So you just put your stuff in there, and then you can either come up here and spin here, or if you're in the properties, you can click spin there, go up there, it spins. Yay! And then if you want to clear the winner off, if you're going to spin again, you could clear the winner off and go from there. That's basically how that one works. So these things are actually really quite simple to set up. What else we got over here? You can set up polls and put a QR code. It has an audio visualizer. It works pretty cool. So that puts like graphic equalizer on your screen that'll bounce up and down to your music or whatever you have it attached to. Again, this is all kind of play stuff. For anybody that does Bible stuff, they have a Bible thing in here. So you can have it display Bible verses and stuff if you're doing that type of stuff. I haven't played with this very much, but it looks like it's got all the verses and stuff. So I guess you could use a couple different types of versions of the Bible. It's just got some useful stuff.
Jerry said, "Okay, I get the start button now, Ralph." A whiteboard.
Yep, you can draw and stuff. There's countdown timers. There's clocks. There's like stock tickers and stuff like that. There's some different texts and stuff like that you can do. But again, this is all fun. Even though they call it a marketplace, it's all free stuff. So, and you, again, you just build, you know,
Now,
so like
thing is, too.
if I wanted to put a background, sorry, if I wanted to put a background in here, I just went in and selected a media file because that's what it is. And also you'll notice that it's on top. It's above, it's on top of my picture. So if I want to move it down, I just put my cursor over it, grab these little 6 dots over here and drag it below. And like I said, you got to click. You notice how, since I'm still on it, I have it selected. It's up in the front. It's like, oh, it's not working. But if you click off of it, then it puts the scene like it should be.
Now,
And again, that's what I was saying. The EvMux, sorry, Eddie, this EvMux, all this writing, that's the watermark that they put on the stuff that you add. But that's how you would add a background, and you would just build your scene up with whatever graphics or whatever you wanted on here. It will handle transparent graphics and stuff like that. So you can build whatever you want. You can really customize your scenes and stuff.
he was talking about the start button on the bottom next to the clear button. That's what Jerry said.
Yeah, on it's funny. I don't know why that's there, because you mentioned it the other day, Jerry, that it's like it's always active. When as soon as you put it in, it's active. So I'm not quite sure what that start button does on that one.
Now, here's something Ralph's not saying. Over in the dynamic scene and the pro scenes that you see to the left, you can create different scenes, okay, over there, and jump between there. You can have, like, I think 8 different scenes or something per
I don't know what I don't know what the max on scenes is.
But you can switch from one to another. Like if you have a giveaway scene, you can click there, do a giveaway, and you can flip back and forth.
Let's just do that real quick. We'll just pick this one that's already got this giveaway in it. Do you load him up? Okay, so we're doing our normal stuff, and we're talking, and it's like, okay, we're going to do a contest now. So instead of me going in, adding this contest wheel while I'm working in here and everybody watching what I'm doing, I could have, knowing that we're going to do this contest before we even started the live, I could create a scene down here that already has a wheel in it and stuff. So now when we're ready to do our contest, instead of going and adding it, I can just come down here and switch to the scene that's already built and has whatever I put in it before, and it's ready to go. There's, again, you can use this for beginning scenes, be right back scenes, stuff like this. This is what people that use OBS to create a live scene do. If you watch somebody who does lives a lot and has kind of a professional looking to it, when they come on, they'll have like an intro or they'll have a countdown or whatever. And then when that's done, it automatically will switch to, this scene right here. And then maybe they have a scene where they show a video. So they already have that pre-built. They have a scene where they have a be right back scene and they take a break to go get a drink or run to the restroom or whatever. They put up a scene that says be right back or whatever. They have those already pre-built. And what they do is they just switch to these scenes whenever they want to do something. I know a lot of you guys watch Kevin over at Tuber Chat. I know he uses OBS, but again, you can do this same idea. This concept of building these scenes like this is the way that OBS works. That's why I say this is kind of a combination between a StreamYard type thing and an OBS type thing, because you have the dynamic scene that is basically your StreamYard type stuff. And then you have also these pro scenes, which you build and layer up like you do in OBS. So you kind of get the advantages of both types of programs in one program. And that is the main feature that I have always wanted one of these pieces of software to be able to do, is to be able to bring in this dynamic scene into an OBS type scene that I build myself.
Now, there is sometimes you'll have to change stuff on the fly. Okay. Now, you see the studio mode right above Ralph. He can click on that and go in and Go ahead, Ralph. Oh, he's getting a drink. He can go in. The one to your left is the editor. The one on the right is the one people are viewing. So he can go and change stuff on the left, and nobody can see it but him until he hits that transition button. Once he gets everything that he wants it over on the editor side, so he could be talking and changing stuff like right now, and then once he gets it going, now he can do it with people watching, but to look more professional or whatever, he can do it on the editor mode, and then when he's ready, hit the transition. Go ahead and do something, Ralph.
So like, okay, this would be another way if you just, like, you were doing a live and I was like, okay, all of a sudden now I just have an idea. Let's just do a giveaway. Okay. You don't have something, you didn't plan on it. It's just like, okay, I've got something to give away. Somebody gave me something, whatever. You're going to do a giveaway all of a sudden, but you don't want everybody on the live to see you, you know, picking the thing, sizing it and all that stuff. So what you do is you come in here in the studio mode and you come up here and you add your layer. So I'll add my widget. Add him. So you see him over here. Excuse me. We'll put him over there. So
while he's doing this, you all are only seeing the side on the right, the picture on
this
the right.
says, yeah, this live preview. This is what's going out to the stream. So this is what everybody is seeing on YouTube. This is what I am working on locally here. So I added my wheel and I'm ready to go. So now I just come up here and I hit this. Sorry. Resize this, put it wherever I want. Come up here and hit this transition button. And now what's going out is what was over here. So I can change and edit things, add people, do whatever I want without the audience seeing what's going on, and then just swap to that view. That's what studio mode is all about. This is another thing that is in OBS that's over here. The studio mode exists in OBS too. You can do the same thing in OBS that you can do here.
We have 27 people in here, Ralph.
Cool. Good deal. I hope everybody's liking this. That's why that's why I'm saying this program is kind of that combination of a StreamYard type thing and an OBS type thing. And this is the type of program that I've always been looking for, because it combines that dynamic scene with the what they call the pro scene, or whatever you want to call them. That's how that works. So that's how, I can get off of the other screen. That's how studio mode works. And that's basically how EvMux works. So let's say okay, when you come off of here, it wants to know which one you want to look at. So I'll just go with that. And I'll get rid of that. So up in the top here right now, you don't have a go live button. It's like, why don't I have a go live button? Why can't I go live? Because on this particular studio, you have not set a destination for this studio. What we did before when we first came in was we just told EvMux about my channel. Now I have to tell this studio to use my channel, which is very simple. You just come up here to destinations and you pick what you want. And it's going to kind of create a live. So we'll just call him test. It's not going to go live, blah, blah, blah. We'll just make him unlisted. You can schedule it for later. You know, same old stuff. And then you hit save. And now I have a go live button. So if I hit go live now, it would start going live with this, and computer and my internet would probably freak out. So that's how you set up a live. So it's, I don't know. I think it's kind of pretty simple to use. Again, if you want to invite a guest, you just come down here and click on invite guest, send them the email, you know, text it to them, whatever, however you get it to them, and go from there. Like I said, when they join, they'll come up down here in the basement, just like all the others. Add a camera, that only works in the highest grade. That's the two main things that you probably miss, although a lot of people don't really use a second camera. Again, there's workarounds for doing that. There's workarounds for not having the shuffle and the contest wheel and stuff. So, but that's, I think I kind of basically covered everything. Think anything I missed?
Jerry said, yeah, it does not like you to be live in 2 places.
Barely alive in one. I've had a rough week, so I had an injection in my neck this week, so I'm a little sore from that still.
I've had them before too.
It's not too bad. My doctor's really good.
Well, first time they tried to do it though, I was awake.
Well, I was too. They don't ever put me out for this. This is just, it's an epidermal. They inject painkiller into my neck. So,
well, mine didn't work.
Mine only works for a while. So, this is the 3rd time I've had it done, but the alternative is not good. Can you think anything I missed on here that I should talk about?
No. Well, go back to where's it at?
What?
Hold on, let me look on mine. Okay, on the layers, you can add, go to layers, and then under video clips.
Media files.
Okay, media files on there. On mine it says video clips, but you can drag and drop like intros, outros, and there's some that's pre-made there too, as you see.
Right. So actually they have some pretty decent stuff here.
Yeah.
And
you can add overlays as well, and backgrounds, overlays, video clips, your own logo once you're on the paid version, all that stuff.
See, like there's my logo that I just added, but of course it's got the thing over it. But I can put that anywhere I want. So as I say, you just layer up your stuff however you want. And
also
go from there.
when he clicks on something like his logo there, that little menu that came up top, you see that there's on the top, kind of right by the trash can, on the left of the trash can, you can move layers forward or back.
Yeah, up or down. Yeah, you can do it there, or you can do it like I showed you before by doing it like that.
Exactly.
It's
There's
same
multiple
thing. It's up and down.
Yep, multiple ways to skin a cat.
Right. And then you have shapes and cropping and style effects and make it maximize. And then it's got its, if you wanted to spin it, of course, this is sizing and stuff. Doesn't do much good to spin it. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Yep. So that spun it. And then, of course, if you hit hide watermark, it says, pay me. I mean, at least with the free version, you could build up your scene and see kind of what it would look like if, you know, you put this background on it or that background on it.
Hey, Gary may be here. There was 29 people in here. It dropped down to 26, but there was 29.
So it just let you build your scene up however you want it. Much more ability to customize what you have there. And as far as if you want to upload something to this, you don't have to be in any one particular place. You can be anywhere. So, oops, I want to upload that one. I've already uploaded that one. Let me find something to upload here real quick. Upload this. So this is just file listing of stuff. And if I just want to add something to EvMux, if I just want to upload something to EvMux, if I have a file listing up, all I got to do is pull it and drag it anywhere over in here on the screen. You saw how that changed to a uploading file thing. You don't have to be in any particular place to upload a file into EvMux. So if I just drop that there, it's going to upload that. And then you've actually got a button right there that says it's upload finished. If I wanted to add it to this scene right now, I could just click on this and boom, there it is. So, I mean, just to upload a file, you don't even have to be in any specific place in the program. You can just drag it onto the screen anywhere and it'll upload it and then give you the ability to add it to the scene you're on. Nice stuff.
But with the free version, though, other than Ralph's camera and stuff, if you've seen when he uploaded that, it's going to have the EvMux on any of the backgrounds or anything like that.
Yeah, other than the camera, anything that you add to it, it's going to have the EvMux stuff on it. It's a little obnoxious, but hey. But if you're using the dynamic scene, like if you're back over here, like this doesn't have it because that's their built-in stuff to use with it. So you get these 3 different backgrounds that you can use. So what a lot of people will do when they create their dynamics, see if they're on the paid version, or you can do it on the free version too, actually. They'll put this background on here, and then on their first dynamic scene or their standard dynamics or pro scene, they'll put that same background on here, so that if they switch between the dynamic scene and this main pro scene, the backgrounds are the same, so you really can't tell which one you're in. Or at least you can tell, but the audience doesn't know. But that's basically how this works. Again, very much like, and like in the screen that Eddie and I are actually doing this live on, we are watching the comments in this screen right here. That's where they come up. And that's where you would click on one to hide it or not. And again, you can change the way that looks by going into your brand and coming over here, picking a different style.
Do me a favor.
What's that?
Go into your comments real quick up top. There's a couple of things, guys. Whenever you're live, see that little go back up to the sample comment. See the little magnifying glass? If you scroll over that, see how it pops out? It does that. It makes it bigger where people can read it easier. So you can also star the comments and stuff, but the little magnifying glass pops it out like that over where you can read a specific comment better, maybe. And then also the little arrow down there on the side, right-hand side in the middle, you can make your comments bigger or larger. Well, you can drag the little line.
Right. If I'm on the arrow will close that window completely, so you have a bigger window here. But if you scroll over, you see you have a line there. You can make them bigger, smaller, within reason. Again, just depending on what size screen you have that works best for you. What else we got? You do have a private chat, so you can just talk to people.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell them that in private chat. Okay. In private chat, unfortunately, if there was multiple people there, he could click. He could chat. Whoever's up on panel can chat with other people on panel with typing. However, they can't type to the actual YouTube chat. You'd have to have a YouTube window open or pop it out. But the moderator does have this little walkie-talkie. You want to send me a link, Ralph? Oh, well, it's right there. You can actually see the walkie-talkie under group, but there's a line through it because there's nobody up there.
Yep.
Okay? But whenever people are up on panel, the moderator or the owner can click on that walkie-talkie and talk to a specific person.
Right.
Okay. The only person you can be in a live, Ralph can be in a live. The only person that can hear that is the person that the microphone or the walkie-talkie he has keyed by their name. You may see his lips moving on the live, but only that person can hear it. And
Right.
I kind of have fun with people up on my panel. I'll key the walkie-talkie and ask them questions, and they'll be answering my questions
Nobody can
to
hear him,
the
but Eddie.
audience, to YouTube, and people will be like, "Are these people insane? What the heck are they talking about?"
Yeah. So down here, down at the bottom down here is again like the basement green room, whatever you want to call it. So if there's multiple people down here, they all have their own little block there, and it has the walkie-talkie on it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's got some neat stuff. I mean, it's nice if you're in a panel, if you want to ask somebody a question, you don't want everybody else to hear the question for whatever reason, you have a way to privately chat with somebody. So it's really kind of cool.
I did that to Des last week. I was asking her a bunch of questions. I'm like, Des, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, what movie was your favorite movie? And she was just talking, and people on YouTube could hear and just these random things.
How to make the audience believe somebody's lost it. What is that person babbling about now? That's funny. So anyway, I think that's about it.
Yep. If y'all have any questions, just email me or Ralph or even Jerry, because Jerry's getting pretty competent or knowledgeable with EvMux as well.
Yep. I told you I was going to tell you something funny about Jerry. I don't know if you noticed it when he first started using this. He's probably going to kill me for this. most likely not. He was calling, I don't know if anybody noticed it. He was calling the dynamic scene the dramatic scene. And it just sounded so funny. It's just like, oh, it's going to be dramatic.
Butler Family Farm.
I told him about it the other day. It's just, huh?
I just heard Jamie laugh in the other room at what you said.
Every time he did it, it just cracked me up. It's like I told him on the phone the other day. I said, it's dynamic. It's D-Y, not D-R.
Jerry's so dramatic, man.
And he's always talking about, I don't want any drama in my channel. Anyway, I just thought, sometimes you get something stuck in your head. It's probably going to take him forever to stop calling it that. God, some things just catch me funny. Like, okay, gotta tell him. Oh, gosh. So ugly.
Yeah, I like. We like this program.
Yeah, I need to spend some more time in it, like really building scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
So that
So do I.
It really works like it's supposed to. But again, you can build your scenes up so that you can run your live smoothly. You know, if you know you're going to be doing a giveaway, create your scene and just pop to it and then pop back to your regular, you know, whatever you stream with normally, or leave it, or whatever you want to do. You know, if you're doing a demo on something, you're showing something, you could already have it pulled up. If you were doing a, you know, showing a website or something, you could already have a scene with a web browser pulled up in it and stuff like that. You know, your shared screen or whatever, so that you're not building things on the fly or wishing, oh, I wish I could do that, you know. But again, with the studio mode, you can do that too. So you can do all that kind of stuff. Also, in the paid versions, you can have like
There.
There you go.
You happy?
No. Me
Why?
happy? No. No, I'm just joking.
Let's see. Why is Jerry already there?
Didn't he type in? Oh, no, he did not tech talk. He typed in prize before.
Yeah, exactly. Reset. How is he there?
I don't know. Maybe reset. Oh, you did reset it, didn't you?
Why are they doing this? Now Des is already there.
Yeah, but she typed it in. I think somebody did.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, Jerry typed it in. He typed in Tech Talk. That's why he's there. I didn't see it. Des typed it in. Cooking with Steven typed it in.
All right.
It's like Eddie is building this contest in the studio mode, so you're not seeing all the stuff that he's adding and doing stuff like that. So when he gets done building his scene, so like if you had a collaborator that was working with you, and you say, "Hey man, can you build me a contest real quick?" You could be building a contest scene for him while everybody else is watching what's going on the other screen, which is exactly what he's doing right now. Not that any of you can see it, I don't think. Now you can.
Nope, now they can. There we go.
And you see, what did that take you? How long did that take you to do that?
Oh, not long, and I'm not
30
proficient.
seconds.
I'm not proficient with it either, But I did try to click on studio mode first, and when I tried to add it, it said I had to create, or do whatever. So, all right. Okay, Jerry said, so do I want to put some videos together so I can play just one and they all will play?
I think you can. I think you can do the playlist like that.
All right, guys, we're going to do this giveaway. So type, as you see, hashtag Tech Talk in the comments to join. And this will be for a Tech Talk poker chip. That's what we're going to do.
That'll
We're
work.
going to do a Tech Talk poker chip. It'll have one of my logos on one side, Ralph's on the other side, or Tech Talk, or something. It's whatever Jamie decides to make.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a Tech Talk poker chip. So, anybody got any other questions for us? We've been on here an hour and 44 minutes, hour and 45 minutes almost. And so, if you have questions, now is the time to ask them, or you can email Ralph or myself, or even Jerry. Hey, let's do this. Hold on a minute. I'm going to do something else, Ralph. Make this interesting.
Uh-oh.
Nope, not that.
No telling what he might be up to. But I can see what he's up to before you guys can. So yeah, he's just back to doing what he was doing before. He's going into the studio mode and he hadn't done it yet, but he's going to do something over there before he shows you guys. But it just prevents you guys from seeing all the editing and resizing and moving around or whatever is going on that other screen while he's doing it. He added a timer.
Quit cheating, Ralph.
Oops. Too big.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I guess I should be talking, huh? I'm watching you work instead of talking. Anyway, this is just, again, EvMux is just another one of those programs that's in that series of stuff of being an online streaming service. So
That's good enough, I'd say. There we go. In 2 minutes, we're going to spin the wheel.
yep.
So get hashtag Tech Talk in right now, and as soon as the timer goes off, I will spin the wheel. See, that's stuff you can do with this program.
Yep.
I figured it would be cool to add a timer, let people know how long they
Yep.
had before we spin the wheel.
Yep. And like I was saying, if you knew you were going to do this type of thing before you started your live, you could build the timer and everything into a scene, have it all ready to go so that you just pop over to it, just click on it or use a hotkey to move to it, and you're good to go. Now, starting over is not an option. That's what replay is for.
And you can actually see, yeah, I'm wondering if that alarm has a hoorah, wandering monk. Yep, hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I know everybody's posting firework videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I got stuck into watching a whole bunch of shorts of people who had gone out and bought these massive firework display. I guess they call them cakes or something. They're big, giant, massive boxes that you light. Just ridiculous stuff.
But see, with this also, you can see if you've entered, because you can see the name scrolling. So if you mistyped it or whatever,
right,
you can watch your name and see if your name appears. If it don't appear, you obviously did something wrong. And there it is. I wonder if timer goes off by itself. So see, I didn't touch it. It automatically went off, and it stopped its beeping and stuff. So now we're going to spin. And this is for a Tech Talk poker chip. And here we go. Start giveaway, start reset. Why is there two up there? There's a present that says start giveaway, gift box. Oh, the other one's a timer.
The other one's a timer.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Guys, just to let you know, this is the first time I've played with the timer. And there's a little present at the top that you start the giveaway with. You just click on the little present and it'll spin the giveaway, which I'm fixing to do here in a minute. But there was also a little clock that you can start and reset the timer. So, see, the timer's ended, so I want to give something else away. I click start, and it reset the timer, started it again. So, and then you can click reset, and it stops it. So here we go. Here's the giveaway. Let's see who wins. Peter, Old Man King Homestead. Congratulations. Peter, email devildogskeeper@gmail.com and with your address, and she will get your Tech Talk poker chip out. Let's see, do I have... Nope, I ain't got one on here. But it's devildogskeeper@gmail.com. Or you can send your PayPal. I did have that banner or that ticker up there.
Yep.
All right. That's all I got to say, guys.
That's
Back
all
to
I
Ralph.
got, really.
Why is it showing the clock right there on your head?
Oh, because I put one on my thing.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a little timer you were talking about up there at the top.
Gotcha.
Right
Oh,
there.
yeah. See,
Right
guys?
there.
And if he had the wheel there, the prize wheel there too, there would be a little thing up there for the prize wheel.
I just added it to see what that thing was.
So you can actually have the timer and the prize wheel up there to reset and stuff. It's
Right.
It's an awesome program, guys.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You just go in and play with it and stuff. So.
Oh, Peter has my email, is what she said. Hoorah, Bruce. Welcome in, brother. Hey, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that, brother. Butler Family Farms and $1.99 super chat.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Yeah, it
and
just
I'll-
gives you
I'll
a.
get-
It just gives you the ability to really customize your scenes and screens and
you know,
stuff like
and
that.
You know what? This is another scene, guys. What scene is that? That's scene 4. Okay, and this
Well, right
is
now-
because Jerry sent me the super chat. It started to replay. I didn't turn it off. I need to go turn off the. But guys,
loop.
go check out Butler Family Farm. Check out some of their perks and everything they have on their memberships. And but it was kind of funny that he sent me a super chat and I have that downloaded over there already.
Yep.
So there you go, Jerry. There's a little bit of for the super chat, a little bit of a shout out to your channel. Oh, I gotta click on. Whoops. I gotta hold on. How to layers? I think, and then where's that? How do I go over there and get the
What?
the timer? The loop on there. Random duplicates here in background. Okay, yeah,
First-
that's a good thing. Go into the studio mode,
Yeah,
and then
just wherever.
yeah, but where's the like on that video? Where's the loop? Where's the
Go into select it,
okay?
and then over in your
Ah.
controls on the top in the video window.
Settings right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's under the little settings thing.
Yep. That's where he is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now it won't loop.
Nope.
All right, guys. Anyways, appreciate everybody for coming in. And I'm not caught up with chat. I was at Jerry's super chat. Look, Demoose sent one. Demoose sent a $5 super chat, guys. There's his shout out. Appreciate that, Demoose. But I don't have a video for Demoose. I'm gonna have to give me a super chat video or something like that.
Yep. But again, with this, you can do
And then-
whatever. You can create your own videos. You can do your own overlays, and
Oh wait, hold on. Let's go back.
and stuff
Let's
like
go
that.
back to Demoose real quick. Okay, Demoose. This is for you, bro. And then we got Dez. Here, Dez. That's for you, Dez. Thanks for the super chat to help Jamie with shipping. Joanne wants to know if Bruce came in to sing. Dang, 60. They're still freaking typing. And I'm trying to catch up. Okay, you talk while I read.
Okay. Here's a comment from Des that you'll
Des
like.
said you call me a ding
Yeah, that's what I just highlighted.
I think I've caught up with chat. All right, guys, we hope that it helped you out. We hope that if you do cheat, you can choose whichever one you want, EvMux, StreamYard, Streamlabs, Talk Studio, whatever. Yes, Bruce, I do need a new super chat video. Here you go, Bruce. This is for you, especially after you sing. Now, okay, I could have did this one for Des. She likes this one.
Why is the rum always gone?
Anyways, guys, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Today is Saturday. Tomorrow we have Old Man King, Peter goes live. We have Traveling Merton and Sue goes live. We have Civvy Cooking with the Munchie Mafia goes live. We have Lance Sleeper Barbecue goes live Monday. We have Butler Family Farm that goes live. Shut up, Peter. Tuesday. Who goes live on Tuesday? Who do I watch on Tuesday? I don't remember.
Sergeant's Talk TV.
Oh, Sergeant's Talk TV, DJ's Cartoon Universe.
Yes.
Simon, Yes I Can Barbecue. Who else? I think there's somebody else too. Anyways, Wednesday, Peter goes live at 10 p.m. Central Time. Thursday, we have Jason and Tara, White Rock Homestead. Friday, we have Peaceful Des. Saturday, we got me. And there's a lot of people that I have left out. Oh, yeah, Bruce goes live on Tuesday, too. They go live on Tuesday and sing. Guys, appreciate you, DeMoose. Appreciate everybody for coming here. We love you. Also, you can go to www. Ralph just spent a lot of time doing the new live list on www.southern-qa.com. So even though I might not watch it or remember who all goes live, okay, Pest Hunters is also Wednesday. Go to Ralph's website and look. I can't remember. That was just off the top of my head, guys. I mean, that's the ones I try to generally support, my members and people that super chat me. I try to support them. I can't make everybody's, especially if they don't come to mine or super chat me or be my member. You know, that's a perk. Getting Devil Dog to come to you live. All right. That's all I got to say. Love you guys. Here's Ralph.
Yep. Go over, check my website. I literally emailed everybody that's listed on there. I'm still waiting for a lot of emails to come back. But I'm trying to keep it updated. It's much more difficult than one might think. People will ask to be put on there, and then I never hear from them again. And then somebody will tell me, oh, they don't go live then anymore, and it's everything else. I've actually had a couple complaints about it not being updated, and I know it's needed to be updated. But if you got an email from either Web Now or SQA-admin, check your junk folders and see if you got an email in there, and just let me know that you're either at the same time or you've moved or you're not doing it anymore or whatever, so that I can at least try to keep it updated so that it's really useful for everybody. And spread the word on it too. Let's get more than just, there's 101 entries on it right now. So
and
that's
I do
good.
believe that I do believe that Jonesy is starting to go live at 5 o'clock on Saturdays Central Time.
Yep. Just again, email me, let me know so that I can put it on there. It doesn't take me but a few minutes to add your live on there because I keep everything in a spreadsheet, and I actually have code written in the spreadsheet that dumps HTML output for me. So all I got to do is add your information in the spreadsheet, click on a button, and it literally spits out the HTML code I need to dump into the web page to make it to add it. So it's not a lot of effort to add it. It is a lot of effort to keep it updated. So, but the better you guys let me know what's going on as far as lives, the better that will be for everybody that uses it. Same thing with the events. Nobody has sent me any events for next year at all yet. So send me events. Can be any kind of event you want on there, like meetups, get-togethers, cruises. There's all, doesn't have to be just meetups. It can be just whatever. If you got something going on, put it on there. Again, the more you get your information about stuff out there, the better it is for your event.
Something else, guys, is don't forget to hit the share button if you're in someone's live. Not now, obviously, but if you go to somebody's live, you think it may not help to do the community tab posting, to share it out on your community tab. Well, what used to be a community tab, now I don't know what it's called or whatever. But it actually does, because people that have the bell rang to your channel, a lot of times they'll get a notification that you made a posting, because I don't go to the people's individual community tabs unless I get a little notification that they posted something. Then if I go to their notification and they're in a live and they shared that live out, then I'll say, okay, hey, let me go check out this live or whatever. So, don't forget about your sharing on the community tab when you're in or post. Okay, it's called posts now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will send out notifications that so-and-so made a post. And so before, I don't think it did. I don't know, but like if you post on your community tab, I don't know if it did notifications on it. Now it does. So I'm not sure.
I don't remember either.
All right, that's all for me.
That's all for me.
And we don't have an outro loaded right now, so we'll do the old Gary thing. We're going to end this live in 3, 2, 1. Later, guys.
See